Good evening. My name is Aram. I would like to invite you to a Bible study every Wednesday at 3 p.m. We will be studying the book of wisdom in the Holy Bible, which is the book of Proverbs. God's people perish for lack of knowledge. So if you don't want to perish, please join us. Thank you. Hello, my name is Aram, and tonight we're reading Proverbs Chapter 4. Okay, so Proverbs Chapter 4 reads, Hear, ye children, the instruction of a father, and attend to know understanding. So, again, this is education for the youth. This is a repetitive theme in Proverbs, but a lot of children are not getting the education of wisdom and knowledge that they need from the book of Proverbs. Okay, verse 2, Proverbs chapter 4 reads, For I give you good doctrine, forsake ye not my law. For I was my father's son, tender and only beloved in the sight of my mother. Okay, so this is something personal and intimate that King Solomon is sharing. So now he's sharing some wisdom that he can recall that personally that he got from his father, King David. And he said he was beloved by his mother, but, his father was his teacher that gave him some good doctrine. Okay, so chapter 4, verse 4. He taught me also and said unto me, Let thine heart retain my words, keep my commandments, and live. So here we go again. King David is repeating some good wisdom we got from the previous chapter. He's telling young Solomon to keep God's commandments and he'll live. And we do know that King Solomon had a very long time on the throne. I think it was like 40 years. So, those words did ring true. Okay, chapter 4, Proverbs, verse 5. Get wisdom, get understanding, forget it not, neither decline from the words of my mouth. Okay, it's just echoing the same thing. Give wisdom and understanding, neither decline from the words of my mouth. So, words are powerful. Okay? But the opposite of that is when the words are not true. What happens when a lie comes out of your mouth? Okay, I'll let you think about that. Okay, verse 6. Forsake her not, and she shall preserve thee. Love her, and she shall keep thee. Now, I would think that they were talking about preserve wisdom, love wisdom, wisdom will keep thee. But I have to read further because it could also be talking about being faithful to your wife. I don't know if that's this chapter or the next chapter of Proverbs that I read. So there's a lot of parables in the Bible, so we'll see. Okay. 7. Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding. Verse 8. Exalt her, and she shall promote thee. She shall bring thee to honor when thou dost embrace her. So, there's kind of a play on words going on here. So, we're talking about wisdom, but the play on words is we're also talking about your wife. Okay? So we'll go to verse 9. She shall give to thine head an ornament of grace, a crown of glory shall she deliver thee. So if you embrace wisdom and exalt wisdom, it's like a crown of glory on you. Same is saying if you respect your wife, if you honor your wife, it's like a crown of glory on thee. You know, even in life, if you notice, a lot of successful men are married. So, yeah, there's a parable going on here in these verses also with wisdom and a wife. Okay, verse 10. Hear, O my son, and receive my sayings, and the years of thy life shall be many. Here we go. Wisdom will extend your life, but foolishness will not. Okay, verse 11. I have taught thee in the way of wisdom. I have led thee in the right paths. So the father is telling the son, I taught you, I led you the right way, but the ultimate decision is yours. Will you take the righteous path, or will you take the unrighteous path? The choice is yours. Okay, so verse 12. When thou goest, thy steps shall not be straitened. And when thou runnest, thou shalt not stumble. Okay, so this, when they use the word stumble, they mean when you're doing something right, then you'll have a righteous harvest. But wickedness can cause you to stumble. If you're doing the wrong things, you can get caught up and it can set you back. It can set you back quite a bit. And sometimes it can mess up your reputation. There's consequences to all decisions we make in life. So keep that in mind. Okay, 13. Take fast hold of instruction. Let her not go. Keep her, for she is thy life. So again, there's a little parable going on here. So we're talking about some good instruction. We're also talking about a good wife. Okay, verse 14. Enter not into the path of the wicked, and go not into the way of evil men. That's self-explanatory. Verse 15. Avoid it. Pass not by it. Turn from it and pass away. How many times does God's word have to emphasize for us to stay away from evil? So many times. It's so important. Verse 16, for they sleep not except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall. So if you notice, like the crime gangs and stuff, they usually operate at night. I don't know if they sleep in the day or what, but they usually come out at night for mischief. They don't sleep at night, until they do something wicked. Verse 17, for they eat the bread of the wickedness and drink the wine of violence. That's what gets them going, That's what they live for, is to do wicked. The evil ones, the wicked people. Verse 18, but the path of the just is as the shining light that shineth more and more unto the perfect day. You just feel it. A lot of times we say don't judge people, but you also get spiritual vibes from people. So it's not always what they look like, but it's like what they're doing, like what they're saying. It gives you a certain spiritual awareness about how they live. Okay, verse 19. The way of the wicked is as darkness. They know not at what they stumble. So the wicked, usually, they don't have, the righteous have a conscience that kind of tells us right and wrong, because we've read the word, we've read the 10 Commandments, and we form an awareness of right and wrong. But the wicked, they don't have that. Okay, they have no discretion. They have no guilt. They have no shame. They're only thinking about self. They don't think about anybody else. And it's like, I want to say it's like they're soulless. They don't have a soul. But I think it's just that their soul is so unhealthy that they have no concern for other people whatsoever. And it doesn't matter what you do or what you say, it's a choice for them. It's a decision, that they've made. Okay, verse 20. My son, attend to my words, incline thine ear unto my sayings. So the father is telling the son, listen, remember my words. Verse 21, let them not depart from thine eyes. Keep them in the midst of thine heart. Again, that word heart. So what is in your heart is what you love. And what you love is also in your mind. Okay, verse 22. For they are life unto those that find them, and health to all their flesh. So, they often say that the flesh is weak, but when you have wisdom, it gives strength to your flesh. When you have wisdom and knowledge, because God gives you strength. Verse 23, keep thy heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life. So I think I had to look up this verse in the Jewish Bible to get the original meaning. So let me look at my notes that I made. So we're in chapter 4. Yeah, that's the only note I made was on this verse 23. More than all that you guard your mind, for it is the source of life. Okay, so I was going to say the wrong thing. So I was going to say guard your mouth, but this is saying guard your mind. So that a lot of times we say when the devil gets control of your mind, he'll destroy you. Okay. So this verse 23 says, keep thy heart with all diligence. What's in your heart, what you love, is in your mind. For out of it are the issues of life. So it's saying guard your mind. Because if you let evil take over your mind, it will have control over your life. And we know that the household, as we read in Proverbs 3 and 33, I'm reading, it says, the curse of the Lord is in the house of the wicked. So you can't be blessed if you let evil take over your mind. Okay, verse 24, put away from thee a froward mouth and perverse lips. Put far from thee. So here's where it says, guard your tongue. It's talking about lying. And God just can't bless a lie. You can fool people with a lie, but God is not mocked. Okay, 25. Let thine eyes look right on, and let thine eyelids look straight forward. Look before thee. So they're talking about a straight and narrow path. And there's wickedness all around, but you're on the straight and narrow. Okay, 26. Proverbs Chapter 4 and verse 26. Ponder the path of thy feet, and let all thy ways be established. So when you ponder something, you think about it. You think about the path you're on and the consequences thereof. Verse 27 and the last verse in chapter 4 says, turn not to the right hand nor to the left. Remove thy feet from evil. You have to stay on that straight and narrow path, because if you get off that path, then it's no telling what will happen. You will fall, and you don't want to fall. Okay, so that's Proverbs chapter 4. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Join me again next week for the reading and the Bible study of Proverbs chapter 5. Thank you, and be blessed.